that he has the first down. It looks to me like he thinks he can get it and then realizes, you know what? There's no way, especially when Woodson's one of those guys. Well, that's actually Kevin Smith. Okay.
Kevin Smith, and Reese gets hurt on the play, and Reese gets the attention, and that's why there's an injury timeout.
All right, that was smart, actually.
And Reese comes in with an elbow, and Reese is the guy who pays the price. But you can just see Cunningham. We've seen Randall through the years. When he gets down in that position, it's that high hurdle.
He'll jump over people, yeah. You know, and guys know that around the league, so I would think that you would stay up. One of the reasons Jeff George has been around so long, he knows how to protect himself.
He does.
There's no question about that. But now you could just sense 17-7. It's close. The game is so far from over. Excuse me. And with the ability of the wide receivers on this football team and with this guy's arm, they are never out of a game. Never out of a game.
Not with that lineup.
No. Now, if they can get their offensive line to play a little bit better.
Well, I mean, everything's going their way right now. If they can get into the end zone at 17-14, and not only that, the Cowboys don't have Emmitt Smith, who's been a one-man show tonight. Emmitt 140 yards, but the fractured bone in the right hand. As Leslie said, he normally carries the ball in his left hand.
It'll be interesting to see how the Viking defense responds to their halftime adjustments. Coach Fagio screaming, just tackle. Just somebody tackle somebody out there.
All right, Dave Campo's defense will have to dig in. Reese comes out. Red McCombs, the Viking owner. And Denny Green, the longest tenured coach in the NFL. Nobody's had his job longer than has Dennis Green. 8 years, which speaks to what a wacky business this is, and Jerry Jones knows all about it. First and goal from the 1. That's Randall McDaniel in the backfield as the fullback. He'll lead the way for Horde, and Horde takes it inside the 1, but not in. They line McDaniel up very often in the backfield. Randall McDaniel will go to the Hall of Fame someday. There's no better guard. I mean, here's a guy who just goes to the Pro Bowl every season.
Yeah, he started 10 straight Pro Bowls.
He's just done a wonderful job, and they look to line him up in the backfield and provide some leverage.
Well, there he is with his awkward stance and his unique stance, and not an easy thing. It's almost like he's a pulling guard back there, and I guess they figure that he can get low enough and can get underneath.
Same set, second and goal. Fake this time. Here comes the pressure. It is tipped, and Moss can't make the catch. Nearly picked off. Then Randy got a hand on it. The pressure was put on by the blitzing Darren Hambrick, and it's third down and goal.
Nice play by the defense of the Dallas Cowboys, not being fooled. A hard play action fake. And we talked earlier about Jeff George. He'll throw the ball into places that most quarterbacks won't even attempt because of his arm, and you could see that he has the ability to get enough on it to get it out there, but definitely dangerous.
That was Kavika Pittman, who dropped back into coverage. Meanwhile, the Vikings now have to hurry to the line, and on a third and goal, a flag is thrown.
Prior to the snap, ball start, 63.
Can you believe this? Can you believe also, I'm thinking about this, on second and goal, Kavika Pittman is in the back of the end zone to break up the play.
Well, just remember on this particular play, number 63 is in for McDaniel because he has to come out because he reported on the play earlier, and now he causes a penalty, which isn't probably so bad because it gives them more room in the end zone right now.
Third down and goal, the ball at the 6-yard line, trips right.
Looks like there's 100 guys in the end zone right now for the Dallas Cowboys.
In the empty backfield, they sack him. It is Greg Ellis. And so the two ends make huge plays. Pittman bats a pass in the end zone. And then here comes Ellis to sack him, and the Vikings will have to settle for a field goal attempt. And they go from inside the 1 all the way back to the 14.
Watch Ellis just swat Stussy out of the way. I don't know what is going on with Todd Stussy tonight, but he is just absolutely getting lit up now.
32-yard attempt. Mitch Berger will hold it. Gary Anderson to kick it, and the kick is good. 10:29 left in a weird one. Third quarter, 17-10 Dallas. Discussion during the commercial break here.
That's Jeff Christie, number 62, the bald head. He's the center. There's Mike. You realize that Mike Tysal, he was the quarterback at Maryland before me, and now he's a line coach in the NFL.
That's right. Meanwhile, the kickoff is taken by Kevin Mathis 2 yards in and brought back to the 22. Tackled there by Chris Walsh, and Dallas will get the ball for the first time in the second half. 10-19 left in the third in the Twin Cities. The Cowboys lead by 7. Drew announced that he's going to come back for a senior
Good for him.
today.
Good for him.
From the 22-yard line, Dallas has it for the first time. Chris Warren out of the backfield, and Chris Warren will have to carry the load now with Emmitt gone for the night. Up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7, tackled by Ed McDaniel.
There's Jeff George, and a look of exasperation. He's not having any time back there. And in that last series, that last play, a 3-man rush. And as soon as he planted his foot, he got hit. There's no excuse for that. None.
They were inside the 1. Second and goal. We wound up back at the 14. Second down and 3 here for the Cowboys from the 29-yard line. Aikman, quick toss, and then immediately Jason Tucker gets smacked by the rookie Chris Rogers. Rogers, a rookie out of Howard University, and for Troy Aikman tonight, his numbers are not that bad, but his receivers have not been helping him from time to time. Going back to the first period when he had Thomas drop that one, and then he had Rocket drop that one. LaFleur had dropped an earlier one. The errant snap by Stepnoski leading to the Minnesota touchdown, and here he gets tackled by Randall, and is lucky he was able to get up. Third down and 2, and he gets batted down here by Jerry Ball for the big sack.
You just got to keep on battling. This is what it's like playing quarterback in the NFL. Just stand in there, and really what happened there, it looked like Stepnoski and Aikman they weren't on the same page when it was coming to the snap count, and Stepnoski was brought here to solidify this offensive line and to make sure that it protects Troy. And you can see right here, they're not real good with the snap. I can't imagine why the center would go right and allow the nose tackle to come up free. The only thing that I can think of is that he didn't get help from the guard that he was expecting.
Ball with a free shot. Now Toby Goen almost has that one blocked. They send Moss back. Here's Randy to run it back from the 26-yard line. Taken down there by Dexter Coakley. 8:24 left in the third. The Vikings have clawed their way back in it, down by 7. Look, they had last week when he was knocked down by Boris, and he went to the smelling salts here during commercial.
Well, when big old Jerry Ball is going to fall on you, I think you'd have a little problem getting up yourself, Al.
Absolutely.
They have Jerry Ball listed at 330 pounds. He's probably more like 340.
From the 30-yard line, that is Holden. What a catch by Carter as he got position on Sanders. A 22-yard gain. Almost looked like he caught the back of the ball.
How we showed earlier how Ernie Mills of the Cowboys allowed the defender Hitchcock to get inside of him on a post route, and right here Cris Carter doesn't allow it. And look at the hit he takes from Deion Sanders and still holds on to the football. Everybody talked about Randy Moss versus Deion Sanders. These are 2 all-pros going at it right now, and Cris Carter and Deion Sanders.
From the 47-yard line, Ford bunched up, picks up 3, takes it to the 44. It'll be 2nd and 7 halfway through the third period. Again, a dominant Dallas beginning tonight. The backup quarterback is Jason Garrett as he looks on, and he and Gailey are going over the chart right now, and some pictures of the Minnesota defense, which would indicate that there's a good chance we're going to see Garrett.
He might be. He's licking his fingers. Usually when a quarterback's licking his fingers, that means he's ready to go in.
2nd down and 7. We're going to the Rosenbag from the 44-yard line.
You can see Jeff, he's a little indecisive at the line of scrimmage, trying to audible. Is he going to audible? What's going on here?
Throws on the run. Carter wide care of Kevin Smith with that in cut, takes it to the 27 and a first down.
And he made the audible. That was the last time he audible to the same play when we saw him go against Deion Sanders. You could tell this guy knows how to ignite this franchise and these fans here, and it just turns Kevin Smith around. I mean, Cris Carter is not the fastest guy in the world now, but what he is, he's so adept at running the routes correctly and creating separation, getting away from the defensive backs.
All of a sudden, Cris had been silent through most of the first half, has 6 catches for 105 yards, 17 there, first down, Minnesota at the 27. Ford pulls his way to the 21 and a gain of 6.
Okay, I will go back to the first half when Stepnoski had the false fumble and actually the bad snap, and you could see Chris's numbers right there. And that's where the momentum started to swing a little bit, and you could just feel it building and building and building. It looks like a totally different offense out on the field right now. They're moving it. They had a little trouble the last time when they get down close, but certainly now they sense that they can, you know, they can get the game again back in their hands.
Second down and 4. Troy with a glazed look. 5:30 to go. Mo Williams is the running back in this set. They give him the football, and Mo Williams makes the acquaintance of one Randall Godfrey, who was magnificent last week against the Indianapolis Colts. Fourth-year middle linebacker out of Georgia. Big play.
When you're a middle linebacker and you see a hole in front of you and you know that that running back has the ball, you have to fill it. You have to fill it quickly, and you have to fill it ferociously, kind of like that. That's the way you play middle linebacker in the hole in the NFL.
Third down and 5. They stack the receivers, all 3 of them to the left. And they don't send anybody in motion. They send them all out along the tree line, and it is incomplete. Looking for the flag, and Matthew Hatchett doesn't get it. Covered by Charlie Williams. First time they went his way tonight.
Well, you know what happened on that play, Hal? Jeff George looked to the right to go to Randy Moss, and Randy Moss had 2 guys over there, and he realized that he looked the wrong way, and he came back late. And you could see that he got a little nervous because he knew what was going on. He knew that the pass rush was getting close to him, but that was good defense.
Pittsburgher to hold. Gary Anderson, a 41-yard field goal attempt. And that's his second of the game. Minnesota keeps chipping away. They trailed at one point 17-0. Will we see Gary? It's now 17-13. We will see him. For years, they were known as the triplets. Emmitt, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin. Emmitt's gone for the night. Aikman isn't going to play in this next series. There is Michael, so they've gone from 3 to 0. And with 4:40 left in the third, Garrett will come in to quarterback the team. And it's 17-13 as Anderson kicks off, or Berger kicks off for Minnesota. Decapitated by John Henry Mills.
Now all of a sudden you can see the body language of the Minnesota Vikings. A little spunky right now. Somebody got a tongue lashing at halftime. And now all of a sudden the Cowboys find themselves without Emmitt Smith. They find themselves without Troy Aikman. And take a look at this right here. Oy!
That is a classic clothesline.
The ultimate clothesline right there. Woo, man.
First down, Dallas at the 15-yard line. Regular speed. A look at it here.
Oh.
Jason Garrett comes in to play quarterback. Garrett has a lot of experience. When Aikman broke his collarbone last year, he made 5 starts. He's made 7 lifetime starts, and he's been with the Cowboys since '92. Garrett on first down is going to go deep, and a flag is thrown because it was holding. Kenny Wright had his arms around Ernie Mills, or at least on his jersey, and there'll be interference.
A smart play by the offense of the Dallas Cowboys. Give Chan Bailey credit because now he knows that the Minnesota Viking defense is going to put these guys out here one-on-one because they figure that the quarterback can't get the ball to him. But you and I have both seen Jason Garrett do the job on the NFL football field. There's no question about that.
Came in and won a Monday night game last year.
Yep.
Against Washington. Garrett went to Princeton. Father is a longtime Cowboys scout. Brother was a wide receiver with the Bengals in '89. Aikman can only look on from the bench. Garrett is actually older than Troy. First and 10 from the 29.
Yeah, they had a down clock malfunction here, Al.
It's a disease you never want to have.
No.
4:26 left in the third.
There's Buddy Guys. He's the quarterback coach right there. You know, interesting. You wonder what it takes to be a backup quarterback in this league. You're always in there. You don't get much opportunity to practice with the starting team. You have to be like ice. I mean, this is like being a reliever in the bottom of the ninth.
Chris Warren goes nowhere. And, of course, now they've got everything going against them. No Aikman, no Smith, no Irvin. Have watched a 17-point lead become a 4-point lead, and the crowd is going bananas. There they are. Those guys have led their team in passing, rushing, and receiving in each of the last 8 years. And no threesome has ever done it longer than that. In fact, the next longest running trio would be Kelly, Thomas, and Reed of Buffalo, 5 years. Meanwhile, Minnesota 105-2 in this quarter. Second down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Garrett going deep for the Rocket, and the Rocket gets position and then drops the football. Rocket got inside Hitchcock. Pass a little underthrown, should have hauled it in.
That's 2 for Rocket tonight, and the pass is underthrown. It gives him a better opportunity to come back and make the catch. Hitchcock is not even aware that the ball was in the air, and this is a catch that this is another easy catch that he's got to make. See right there, you talk about it, Al. It comes down to a play here, a play there during the game, and all of a sudden your fortunes change. And tonight he's had 2 opportunities to make big plays and hasn't come through.
Dropped them both, and 4 total drops now by the Cowboys. Third down and 10 from the 29. Vikings strung out along the line, put pressure on Garrett, and the pass is high, intended for Ismail again. 4th down.
Well, this certainly wasn't a pretty pass. Not only was it high, but it was wobbling the whole way out there. Pull! Pull!
And then Rocket gets shoved to the turf by Griffith as Moss goes back to return the kick. Toby going to send it down there. Moss, until tonight, had returned 1 punt this season. Randy at the 26. To the 39-yard line goes Moss, and Troy will go back to the locker room. Michael in street clothes, Emmitt in street clothes, and the lead in a precarious position. 17-13 Dallas. Southwest Airlines.
What a beautiful, I mean, it's just absolutely clean. It's beautiful. People here are nice. I kind of just fit in today, Al.
You do.
It's the land of the Vikings up here, man. There's a whole bunch of Norwegians running around, and I'm one of them.
You look like the quintessential Minnesotan.
Nobody knew who I was.
From the 39-yard line, Jeff George on first down. Throws to Moss. Makes the catch at the 42. And then getting spun down by Kevin Smith at the 45. 3:07 left in the third quarter.
You know, early on in the first half, if Jeff George would have held that ball, he would have been sacked. Now all of a sudden you see that he has extra time, and again it has to go to the emotion of where the Minnesota Vikings are now.
Red McCombs and Charlene, again, their 49th anniversary tomorrow. Red saying, let's go.
Keep going, keep going.
Keep going. Second down and 4 from the 45-yard line. Here's Horde. And he up the first down. Red McCombs was telling me before the game he was trying to become an NFL owner for years. He has owned basketball teams. He owned the San Antonio Spurs for 23 years. He owned the Denver Nuggets for 4 years. He's owned minor league baseball teams. And finally, when the Tom Clancy deal went through, the author couldn't buy this team. He went home and he said to his wife, Charlene, he says, I'm buying the Minnesota Vikings. And she said, are you crazy? And he says, no, I'm 70 and I'm going to do it now.
And he got a good deal, really, considering what most teams are going for.
They split Horde wide right, first down at the 48-yard line. It is George throwing, and it's caught by Moss, and Randy pulls it in and stays in bounds at the 28-yard line. They rode him out of bounds. Smith and Izell Reese on the coverage.
And here's Jeff George again throwing those balls into places that most quarterbacks won't even attempt because he knows he has a cannon for an arm, and when you have a guy like Randy Moss on the sideline, you can get away with it. Look at this catch right here, Alan. You could see that there's Smith and there's Reese, and he would have come down inbounds with the football, and the officials ruled that they knocked him out of bounds or forced him out of bounds.
First down of the 27. In the meantime, Leroy Horde is on the bench. They're working on his foot or leg. The ball at the 27-yard line. So Mo Williams is in the backfield. George off his back foot throws. It's tipped and it's incomplete. Intended for Jake Reed. That's the first time they've gone to Reed tonight. Kevin Smith covering on the play.
Al, just watching Jeff George and watching him fall backwards and throw the football 40 yards down the field, it's remarkable, and Jake Reed should have made this play. Kevin Smith never saw the ball. He actually got his left hand in there to knock it out, but you can see right there, what a nice, lucky play by Kevin Smith. Just get the ball out of their hands any way you can, and that's what he did.
Ford comes back in the game. Second down and 10, the ball to the 27-yard line. George guns it over the middle, picked off at the 1-yard line by George Teague. Back past the 20, run out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Huge play. Flag. Coming in, and it was picked up, but there's an officials conference right now, and there will be a flag.
Oh.
And it is against the Cowboys. The flag is down at the 15-yard line. Illegal contact.
That's going to be on Deion Sanders.
Contact on the defense, number 21. 5 yards, automatic first down.
Before the interception, so he made contact downfield. Sanders picks the flag up.
You know, I know what he's arguing about. He's arguing, saying, take a look at this on the top of your screen. You can see. Watch how Randy Moss actually just kind of runs into him. Deion establishes his. That's a tough call right there. You know, you're not supposed to touch the guy past 5 yards, but certainly if your feet are planted and you establish your spot.
Like basketball.
Right.
Charging or blocking. First down at the 22-yard line. Moss. It's by Sanders. Skirts the sideline. First down. Darren Hambrick runs him out of bounds. Now they're going to say he stepped out back at the 14-yard line, and it won't be a first. Gain of 8. Second and 2. A minute to go in the period.
You got to love Deion, though, and you got to love the fact that the Vikings are not backing down from him. And 1 minute it's Cris Carter, and now it's Randy Moss, and this is what everybody here came to see. These two guys going at each other.
Good call. He was on the line. Second down, 2, ball at the 14-yard line. Carter, the only guy split in this set, wide right. On the ground, Leroy Horde cuts it back inside the 10. First and goal for the Vikings coming up. The camera's shooting him from the reverse angle. He's pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, all right.
Red may be 70 or 72.
He's having some fun, though, man.
He feels like he's 20. Into the period. Crowd going wild. Vikes back in it, threatening to take the lead. 17-13 Dallas into 3. Monday Night Football returns from Minneapolis after this from our ABC station. Think so? I'm going to call Grant Tinker because he'd remember. As you look at downtown Minneapolis. We start the fourth quarter. Dallas leading Minnesota 17-13. First and goal for the Vikings from the 9-yard line. Ford to the 4-yard line, so he gets halfway home.
Now remember, the last time that the Vikings were down here in the first half when they scored a touchdown, they like to throw the ball high towards the back of the end zone to get it over the shorter defensive backs and allow their big wide receivers to go up and make a play on it. And you could see that the Cowboys are definitely concerned about that with the amount of people that they have in the secondary. It looks like 100 guys in the end zone right now.
The way they're strung out, second down and goal, so to speak. Second and goal at the 4. This is Horde. And he gets hoarded at the 4-yard line.
So what did the Vikings do? They sense that also, so they think that they can run because there aren't that many guys in that run area, that defensive run area. And there is Emmitt Smith with the broken right hand. Maybe I jinxed him at the beginning of the game.
Well, of all things, to have it happen on a touchdown run in such a freak way, a guy who had 140 yards on 13 carries tonight.
One of the big problems that the Vikings have, Al, is that they can't get the plays in. For some reason, they're having a hard time communicating and have to waste timeouts the second time tonight.
Yep, to the consternation of one Dennis Green. Timeout, Vikings, as they try to move into the lead.
In recent government
Metrodome in Minneapolis reminded us.
This has kind of been characteristic all year long. When you're down here and you know what down situation you're in, you usually have a play that you can go to right away, and there should be no confusion.
They had a waste of timeout. Now let's see if they can get it in. Third down and goal from the 4. George, whoa, the fireworks go off. It's caught by Carter. Unbelievable. Scare the hell out of everybody in the building. The fireworks go off before Carter makes the catch. That may be the most amazing touchdown catch in history.
Al, you jumped up about 5 minutes.
The whole building did.
That was unbelievable.
The guy who ignites the display, the fireworks display, shot him off right about here. And the point after is good. Unreal. 13:38.
Are you all right?
Are
you
sure.
okay?
That is the ultimate premature celebration, but they have the lead.
by land, by sea, by air, he's always.
Now, and listen for the fireworks, the cannon shots. Here it is.
That pass was too short to be a bomb.
Unbelievable. How Carter maintained the concentration. I mean, everybody in the building jumped.
Including yourself.
You betcha. 20-17 is the score. Mathis now runs it back for Dallas. And it's taken down at the 23-yard line by Chris Rogers. So a 17-0 Dallas lead is now a 20-17 deficit. Take a look at this reaction.
By Cris Carter, who really, when you get down into that part of the field, defenses are going to create a picket fence. He gets behind that picket fence, but watch right here. Look at this guy right here. Look, what is that? Yeah. What is going on?
Carter's 107th career touchdown catch. Decibel level up in 3 figures. First down from the 23. Warren tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Kylie Wan.
Well, whoever gave the Knute Rockne speech at halftime for the Minnesota Vikings certainly deserves a lot of credit, because this is obviously a different football team, Al. And you could see now that the tackles are being made behind the line of scrimmage, and they just look different. They look more excited. They look like they're angry, that they want it. They sense now that the game is theirs.
An embarrassment for most of the first half. Injury timeout. That's Jimmy Hitchcock on the AstroTurf.